Okay, we're going to start with what I call the monk stretch, which is instead of dropping the shoulders, roll your shoulders back and down, clavicle up, right? Rather than be in this position. So chest parallel, clavicle parallel to the floor, and you push your shoulders down a bit. Okay? From this position, you pull up so that your neck is going up to the ceiling and your feet are nice flat on the ground. Raise your hands and you park them right next to your ears, your biceps attached to your ears as you pull up. Okay? So you're pulling, you can see that most people just kind of park themselves right here rather than go up. So you want to biceps on the ears and pull your hands up like you're hanging from your fingers. I like to put them like this and pull up. Okay, from this position, you leave. I'll show the feet position, but basically your feet come together, you lift up your toes, you separate your toes, you bring your toes down, you lift up your heels, and you bring them out and you plant them so that your heels are slightly turned outward. And that'll be shoulder width apart, the width of your shoulders. So I'm in that position, hands up, I bend, keeping my back straight and pushing outward away from myself. As I come down, I'm still leaning forward. You can see how I'm going to push my shoulders out until the tip of my fingers touch the ground. From this position, I'm going to drop to my hands, and then I'm going to push my hips up to the ceiling, which would eventually just drop my hands further down. Now I'm in this position, so my hands are flat on the floor. I drag them in. I pick up my toes and I put my fingers underneath my toes, pushing my hips up. Okay, now that my palms are touching the ground, I'm going to walk the dog. And it looks like this. Okay? So in this position, I'm going to rock back onto my heels, pick up my toes, and make my toes up off the ground, heels to the ground. So heels are touching, toes are up, my back is straight. I try to put my head in between my ears, in between my biceps to line up. And then I try to push so that my arm, like I'm trying to push my armpits into the ground. From this position, I push down into a plank position. Yep, you can see it there. So most people sag. And what you want to do is push up against, like you're pushing away from the floor, and then you drop in the middle while keeping your toes touching the ground. Most people just kind of sag and drop, touching their legs, and they think they're doing a stretch. What you want to do is create like a hammock. You're hanging in the middle. Chest up. Look up towards the ceiling, like you're trying to put the top of your head on your coccyx. Then you pull up. And you do that again for 5 breaths, each one. Okay, so that completes one move. And from this position, pick up one foot, you bring it up, and you turn it. Up, turn, out, and back. Touch your elbow, try to touch the other elbow, bring it back. Touch the elbow, touch the other elbow, bring it out, and down again. And you want to do 5 of those on each side. Okay. I think this should work. From here, you can, it's a small movement, right? But what you want to do is engage your shoulder girdle up. Once you got it engaged, you try to pick up your whole body off the ground. So backwards and then forward. Alright, so the other variation of that would be using the chairs a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, but now you can't see my shoulders. But it's basically the same thing. You're going to push down, you're going to pick your body up, right? And you're doing the same thing. Okay, now we're going to move into the shoulder girdle movement. The key here is to drop your shoulders, not pick them up. Drop them back, okay? And from this position, you pick up your hand and you slightly turn it inward. So you should see that muscle right here engaged. So this is not about heavy weight, it's about learning to engage that muscle. Okay? So relax. I'm bringing them forward and slightly in. Can you see the weights? Keep the shoulders down, don't pick them up. That'll hurt your shoulders. Stretch them out forward. And you want to hold that for as long as you can. The goal is 1 minute, okay? It's only 10 pounds, but it works really, it works hard. The muscle, that is. Okay, same position. And this time, instead of bringing him forward, you bring him to the side. And you should see immediately how it engages the whole shoulder. Right? There it is. This is forward, side. Drop your shoulders. Start with 10 pounds on each side. You want to be able to hold it for 10 seconds, 20, 30, 40, all the way to 1 minute, okay? Alright, so now it's going to be a little bit difficult. You're going to roll the shoulders back as usual. You're going to bring your elbows in like you're trying to touch each other. And then you're going to pull your elbows up. Okay, this is not about tricep extension. This is about engaging those little muscles that are the rear deltoid. So hopefully you can see them there. Turn a little bit. So elbows up, like you try to touch them. And right when you feel them, you kind of let your weight extend out just a little bit, but don't engage your triceps. and there. Okay, that's all the shoulder girdle. That sets you up for being able to throw the punch, right? Elbows here, boom, boom. Okay, so let's move to a couple other exercises. So the next one, you sit on your hands, and it's similar to the other ones that you're trying to pick yourself up like that, but at the same time you're trying to lift your whole body off the chair. Now you can do that, then you start with one foot, you extend it out, then you get both of them to extend it out, okay? Okay. Now comes backwards sit-ups. I think that's what it's called. Place your hands, your knees are shoulder width apart. You place your hands down, and then you're going to push out with your elbows, and you're going to try and support your body weight with pushing inward with your knees. Then you try to balance it. So my toes are not touching the ground. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I think that was obvious right there. Okay? Then you slowly drop down. Now watch my core. You want to pick it up. So from here, you come to here. You stabilize yourself, and you come up, okay? And you gently place your feet down. And you do that again. That you want to be able to do very comfortably 30 of those. Got to start somewhere, right? Okay. Let's see. Oh, here we go. So you're going to place them on your feet, and you're going to extend out. You can do it on your elbows, or you can do it up here from this position. So I'll just use one frisbee, anything that'll slide. Come to the middle, come to the side, come to the middle, and then come to the other side. So the goal there is to get it to 1 minute and develop it as much as you can. Okay? After that comes the stretches. Okay? You know this position. Take one leg, extend it out. Bring the other one in line and cross the leg. Okay? You take the same side, right? You're going to cross it over, and you're going to push that way. So if you can't reach, you just grab right here and turn your head and look around to the other side. Then you try to drop that hip down while keeping that foot planted, okay? Otherwise, you come to here, grab yourself anywhere, and turn. Do not roll over your shoulders like this. Keep yourself straight up, head to the heavens. Release that hand. Keep the foot there. Try to bring it as close as possible. And you lean forward. And that stretches is pushing all the tendons and all the connective tissue here to give you more hip flexibility. When you do that, you sit up straight, put your hand on your knee, and you turn the opposite direction. Same thing, keeping your head straight up. Okay, so you do that for both sides, and then you want to put your forehead right in between your legs, right in between your heels. Same thing, you want to hold it for about 30 seconds. It takes time, okay? Now, another real good stretch is you squat, okay? When you squat, you want to squat like this, okay? And you come down, okay? From this position, heels are on the ground, and you stretch your elbows out, right? And you can do it like this too, but this is a good marker to be able to drop your hands in here, okay? It takes time to stretch those out, okay? It's about 30 seconds would be ideal. And then you keep one elbow in. You can brace it against one side. You don't have to. Or brace it on the ground so you're stabilizing one side. And then put your hand on your knee and you try to straighten out your elbow. The heel is going to come up off the ground a little bit. And that is going to stretch all the tendons inside here. Okay? When you've done those, you can take your hand, park it here. And need to look up to the ceiling, okay? Because if you look down, you won't stretch. You want to look up as high as you can, and then keep trying to turn around as far as you can. I think these were all the things that we had covered. If there's anything that I forgot, please let me know. Thanks for watching.